Hi everyone. So in the previous videos we were seeing about the what is the furnace, what are the classifications, and what are the classifications of a crucible type furnace. So now let us see about the induction furnace, which is also electrically operated furnace. So this is type of a electrically operated furnace. So it is the most popular furnace for carrying out melting operation with simplicity. Good quality of melt can be obtained. It works on the principle of induced EMF as in the case of a transformer. So this is something similar to that of a working of a transformer. The molten metal, it acts as a secondary and a current carrying conductor acts as the primary. So this induction furnace, it is a very simple type and good quality of melt is obtained from this. So in this, molten will be acting as a secondary and the current carrying conductor, it acts as the primary. So there are different types of induction furnaces. There are two different types. One is core type induction furnace and the other one is coreless type induction furnace. So in the first type, the coil is surrounded by the molten metal, and in the second type, molten metal is surrounded by the coils. Okay, so now let us see in detail about the different types of this induction furnace. So the first one is coreless type. So among the two induction furnace types, coreless induction furnace is the commonly used induction furnace. Okay, so this is the experimental arrangement of this is how the molten metal, the coreless type induction furnace, it looks like. So there is a crucible placed inside along with some refractory in the bottom. So usually refractory will be in the side, but here there is a refractory in the bottom also, and in the side one it is surrounded with the insulating material and it is packed with the refractory. So along with the crucible you can see some coils, which is a source of supply, which is connected to the source of electricity, and the top is called as the lip of the furnace. So there is a hinge attached with this coreless induction furnace. So here there is a video about how this coreless induction furnace works. So in this video you will be seeing about the introduction, advantages, construction and working principle of the induction furnace. So first is about the introduction to induction furnace. Induction is the heating, the process of heating an electrically conducting object, usually metals, by electromagnetic induction through heat generated in the object using the eddy currents. So this induction heating is a non-contact form of heating. So induction furnace, the capacities ranges from less than 1 kilogram to 100 tons and are used to melt iron and steel, copper and aluminium. So the operating frequencies range from utility frequency of 50 to 60 hertz up to maximum of 400 kilohertz or high, usually depending on the material being melted, and the capacity of the furnace and the melting speed is also required. So the next they are telling about the phenomenon, induction heating phenomenon. So the principle of this induction heating is mainly based on two important well-known phenomenon. One is the electromagnetic induction, so where the energy transfer to the object to be heated occurs by means of electromagnetic induction. Any electrically conductive material placed in variable magnetic field is the site of induced electric currents called eddy currents, which will eventually lead to Joule heating. And the second phenomenon is Joule heating effect. So the Joule heating is also known as ohmic heating and resistive heating. It's a process by which the passage of an electric current through a conductor releases.
So if you
releases heat. And the next is about the advantages of using this induction furnace. So it is clean, less pollutant. Since we are not producing any smoke or heat, there is no chances of pollution at all, and energy efficient, well controllable melting process compared to most other process. Okay, so here is about the working principle of an induction furnace. So this is the body of the furnace along which the crucible is going to be placed. So the crucible is kept along the body of the furnace. So you can see the coils attached with the circuits attached along with the crucible. So this circles, it indicates the circuit, and there is a power supply to which the coil is connected. So the furnace will be in this shape. So usually the coil is surrounded. Here they have shown us a circular, but usually it is surrounded with the coil, where the cold water will get in and the warm water will come out through the tubes, copper coil. And this is the crucible. So this is the body of the furnace, which is made up of some refractory material. So during this process, the cold water enters in, it passes through when the current is supplied, and when it's passing through, due to the current supplied, the water get heated, and we are placing the raw material to be melted inside the crucible. When the power supply is given, the heat produced, it makes the crucible to get heated up, and which it makes the raw materials to get melted. So you can see the flux created. So due to this, eddy current is induced, which generates some heat. So due to the heat generated, the raw material is converted into molten metal. So these are some of the scraps that are used for doing this coreless induction furnace process. So this is the induction furnace, and this is the mold heating. This is how the molten metal is poured into the cavity. So these are nothing but the runner and the riser, and this is allowed for cooling. So this is how the induction casting process is done. So the next one is about the core type induction furnace. Here the oil is surrounded by the metal. So when compared to that of the coreless induction furnace, core type induction furnace is of a very less popularity. So it is not much popularly used. So we are not discussing much about this in this topic. So the principle of the working is similar to that of a core type, but the only difference is that there metal is surrounded by the molten metal is surrounded, the fuel surrounds the molten metal. Here the molten fuel is surrounded by the molten metal. So this is the only difference between the core type and coreless induction furnace. So other than that, the working principle is similar to that, and the furnace is not much popularly used in practice. So this is about the induction furnace and the types of induction furnace. Thank you.